So joining me this week, this isn't the homeless one. This isn't Tony or RC Kevin, but it's a gentleman, a guy I've gotten to know through Facebook, and he did a really good job at the RC race, interviewing people for live RC, and it's like, who's this wild guy with all this wild hair, this long hair? And we've been talking on Facebook. He's a 10 scale pink pinion crusader, and I mean that in a good way. And we're trying to be eclectic in our RC here. So, yeah, we got a new co-host to talk about the Desert Classic. What's up, Riley? How you doing?
So, buddy, how's it going? Yeah,
I'm good. See, he's even got the perfect voice for it. You know what? Let's drop that intro and let's get into talking about the Desert Classic that happened this week. It was a great race. And introduce you. What do you think about that?
Awesome. Yeah, that sounds great.
Cool. Let's do it.
Nitro is the glory, but e-buggy pays the bills. Welcome to the No Name RC podcast. Get ready for some serious bench racing. But be warned, we speak our minds, express our thoughts, and sometimes things can get a little rowdy.
Hate, and he just was influenced by the hate coming from the left, the hate coming from the right.
And let's get back to more club racing and less of this money-grabbing book racing.
It's hard not to be arrogant when you're always right. Yeah.
See what I mean? That's exactly why people call you arrogant, Max.
You may not agree with everything we say, but it's definitely worth a listen.
And our pick, can you stop whatever you're doing?
Join your host, Lefty the Great, with co-hosts and guests as they get together to chat RC.
Hey, after that race that I watched this morning, I have to talk about it.
There we go. $100 right here, $100 throw. Oh no! I like this.
Yes, indeed. Nitro is the glory, but 10 scale is paying the bills on this show because we're going to talk about the Desert Classic that happened this past weekend. Welcome everybody to episode number 174. I'm your host, Lefty the Great, aka I don't know how I mixed it up. Keenan White, aka Lefty the Great, and over here is Riley Filbert. We haven't got a nickname from him yet, but we cannot call him Shaggy. That's one thing we can't do. His nickname will not be Shaggy, but we're gonna think of a nickname for him.
Yeah, the only reason I moved away from Kansas was because that club called me Shaggy. That's the only reason.
But welcome, big 10 scale fan of the No Name RC podcast. I saw your interview skills at CRCRC. I was very impressed with that. Not everybody can interview people. He was very comfortable behind the mic and the camera, which is good. And we've talked about doing a 10 scale podcast for some time. And now that we're recapping 10 scale races, I thought you hit me up and I was like, all right, let's watch some races and let's talk about it. So welcome. Before we go any further though, I got to pay some bills and say some thank yous, and then we'll get a little introduction about who you are. So with that said, I'd like to say thank you to all of the NNRC squad around the world. We can't do it without you guys. Thank you for the love that you showed us over DNC and continue to show us. Keep hitting that sub button, leaving reviews, likes, dislikes, whatever, comments. We just need to get it out there in that stratosphere. Do what you guys can. We greatly appreciate that. Also, I'd like to shout out and say thank you to the patrons of the NNRC. You guys got early release of, you'll get early release of this podcast, and you got early release of the DNC recap. You guys will also get I'm got a podcast coming up with Joseph later on this week. It's a busy week for me. So Joseph and I is going to do a podcast. But anyway, shout out to the patrons for you. With you guys, we help keep these bills paid, helps make life a little extra. Thank you. If you wish to be a patron, you can. The link for that is in the written description of this podcast. And of course, we have sponsors. So we can't do that without sponsors. We can't do this. So showing the sponsors some love, shows the podcast some love, and shout out to our title sponsor for the year, Invisible Speed. Dude, get the book. If you ain't got the book, check out the online course.
Lots of information.
Yeah, I saw lots of people coming up and buying a book at DNC. I believe Joseph is actually working on videos now for the online course. But this is for me. This is kind of like the future, and I greatly believe in invisible speed and what it can do. So check that out. Shout out to TZO Tires, brand new tire guys on the market. My buddy Nick Hernandez out there in SoCal. High Tech RC, thank you for all that help getting to the DNC, and check out their new servers. TNR Fuel, shout out to Chris. He was sick while I was out there, so I didn't get to see him too much. Beach RC, it was great to see Brent and those guys. They have a 10 scale race coming up, the Palmetto Classic, I believe next week. So this is a race that Brent has all the time, every year. And I actually posted a video of Lucas and the guys doing a rebuild here of the Beach RC track for this race. So check that out. Techno RC, it was great to see those guys at DNC. Lugs Racing Tire, shout out to Brad and Bryce and those guys. Mayako, shout out to Rana Falk, JQ and those guys. JQSM, that's still my team that I'm a part of. We got some big announcements coming up here soon for RCGP. G-Spec RC tuning for all your cabling needs. Papa Willie's Traction Tonic, they're actually a sponsor of the 4-wheel drive class at this race, so that's good to see. He's branching out more into 10 scale. Racecraft USA, I actually have that hat here, so I don't know, maybe I'll put it here, but I was going to save it for...
Is that pink?
Day. It's pink. It's got flamingos on it, and it's actually signed by Cole Ogden. It was supposed to go to Daiquiri Man, but he never sent me his address. So maybe if he sends me his address, when I go to America here in a couple of weeks, I can send it to him. And shout out to those guys. Clinic RC, Tony and his wife treated me really well. Jared Tebow and his brand, JTP RC, RCGP, and of course, House of RC. And shout out to my friends, RC Kevin, the Viking, David Ronafalk, the Doctor, Alex Hagberg, and of course, Tebow and Badier. So welcome, Riley. Tell us a little bit about yourself, man. You're an avid 10 scale racer. You race at the Plex a lot. One of the staples of the Midwest. I want to say, is that Midwest?
Yeah,
Did we call that Midwest?
I would call it Central, but yeah, Midwest. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. The Hobby Plex. I obviously follow a lot that goes on there because I know Ashton and I know the Fullers and the Van Dalens and Tebow. So I watch a lot of racing going on up there. You was at the CRC race earlier this year, so you're just doing it up, man. Big 10 scale stuff. Give us a little introduction about yourself, real quick.
Yeah, so I'm 19. My dad owns Ultraline Hobbies, which is in Topeka, Kansas. We just had our 5th year anniversary, but I just recently moved closer to the Hobbyplex. This year I started off pretty strong going to CRC, and then I got lucky meeting Lucas McCabe from Live RC. Lucas let me go grab the microphone and do some interviews, which is really, really cool, getting my name out there a little bit. Also a job opportunity, possibly.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I race a lot at the Plex. That's for sure.
How long have you been racing?
Oh, I've been racing on and off since I was about 3. Mostly oval before I was of the age of 15, and then I started doing a lot of off-road.
Yeah, well, how did you transition from oval to off-road?
I guess I should go a little bit deeper in depth. So, well, my dad, I started racing 20 years before I was born. My dad, he started racing when he was 12 or 13. Did a lot of oval in like the Lincoln, Nebraska area, Omaha area. Did a lot of oval. He was actually the first Hobbytown sponsored driver. So that's a little cool information. But he got me into oval. I started doing a lot of oval at Tees in Rochester, Minnesota.
And this is dirt oval, right? This is like super high grip dirt oval foam tires.
But yeah, so my dad helped build Tees in Rochester, Minnesota. If you haven't checked that track out, it's amazing. It's basically just a building with a dirt hole in the middle. That's the dirt oval.
Is it still here to this day?
Yes.
Okay.
It's amazing facility. That I think they might still have some outdoor stuff. Like when I lived there, it's been a while since I've been to Minnesota, but when I lived there, they had a outdoor off-road big A-scale track and then like an A-scale like dirt oval.
Okay.
Yeah, about that size. But yeah, I did that, and yeah, I got into off-road because my dad started seeing more tracks. We didn't really race much at the time because we just moved to Kansas. My grandparents weren't doing well in health, so we moved. But Moved to Kansas, found Cat Town, which was in Manhattan. It was a carpet track, and started racing there. Got pretty comfortable driving an off-road car, and then we bought Cat Town, like the carpet and a couple of their stuff, like the loop and computer or whatever. Moved it to Topeka, and then started racing a lot more. Raced dirt at Jake's, and then just started branching out from there. I've raced at a lot of the central tracks like Fastlane and
Okay. My
GS.
uncle actually lives in Kansas and races.
Oh, yeah?
And my cousin, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Lauren.
Lawrence Slan. He's my buddy.
Yeah.
He races
he's
at our
actually-
track, actually.
He's really like my uncle. Like, he's my dad's brother.
That's insane.
I've never met him. Never
Yeah.
met him. So,
You need to. He's a great guy.
yeah, him and
Love
his nephew. I can't remember. Evan, I think
Eric?
his name is. Eric. Yeah, his son is named Evan.
So 2 days ago, I was in Topeka, and I was actually at a buddy's house, and me and Eric Slan were running some laps on iRacing.
Really?
Yeah, he was pretty cocky about it too. I was showing him how it's done for how
He's
cocky
a Manchester
he was.
United fan, man. That's how Manchester
That's all you
United
gotta
fans
say.
are.
Yeah.
You know, until they come to the derby and they get hammered like they did against City. Because the moon is blue in Manchester this week. But yeah, honestly, I did not even know. It's funny, I met Lauren through Facebook and I never knew him all my life.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you're into RC? It's like, yeah. Like, you know.
Yeah, that's a crazy connection.
Yeah, so like he's really so it's pretty amazing. I'll get up there one day, but yeah, man. Thank you for coming on. It's good to have you on. I love your energy. So I know this was a great decision right off the bat. You know, Tony's kind of busy. RC Kevin is busy too, and I thought you had went to this race, but he was like, dude, it's so good, and so I said, all right, let me go watch it. So we're gonna talk about the Desert Classic today. But we're going to go over a little bit of RC news before we do that. It's not much news out there, so it's going to be pretty fast. But this week's RC news is brought to you by TNR Fuels, and High Tech RC. So here at NNRC, we're all about that glory, and the glory is nitro. Unfortunately, there's no glory talk today, but that's all right because 10 skill builds the skills. I think that's what Jason Rona says, pays the skills. TNR Fuels is the hottest nitro fuel on the market, owned and operated by Chris Nelson and his family, made by racers for racers. TNR Fuels is currently available throughout the USA. For more information, please contact him on Facebook, visit their website, www.tnrfuels.com, or you can contact Chris directly via email at chris@tnrfuels, or just find them on Facebook. Good bunch of people producing some good product, and they got some good plans ahead of them, so I'm really happy about that. And also High Tech, big supporter of the podcast. I got to meet Mike and those guys at DNC, so very nice. I'm happy for what they've done. High Tech, they've launched a new servo. They're happy to announce their DB series of brushless servos. High performance, the first one is the high performance, low profile DB778WP, manufactured with the high technology. I like that word. I got it right the first time. Industrial servo innovation, because High Tech does a lot of industrial servos. The D7078 design and premium quality construction was built with demanding commercial applications, yet its superior torque also makes it perfect for the 110 scale two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive off-road market. So great for this segment of the podcast. If you guys are interested in copying some of the DB778s or any of the other cool products that High Tech has, like their Charger and their 938s, I believe they are, which I'll put in my Akko buggy one day, you can go to www.hightechwheretobuy.com and find a shop to buy them from. Thank you to High Tech. Thank you to TNR Fuels. All right, Riley. So not much news. I think the biggest news of the week is NEMA Racing is joining RCGP.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I know you're not a big fan of 8 scale, but I think you don't even have to be a big fan of 8 scale to like what RCGP is doing. And Nemo it's good to see them on. I know they got a lot of exposure from the first races, the first season, because they had Ryan Lutz raced it. Atsushi Hara raced it with a Agama. I think they had an Agama in almost each one of the races. Maybe not both of them at the European races, but this is good to see. We got to see Brandon Rose, so Texas is going to be represented, and he had some good results, lots of top 5s.
Yeah, Brandon's still pretty young too, so it'd be nice to see him traveling a lot.
I think he's 18. I think he's.
I think he might be 17.
Yeah, I think he's
He's somewhere around there.
Maybe
18?
maybe he's older than you too. Maybe
I thought he was 16 last year, but I could be wrong.
Maybe we'll find out.
Yeah.
We'll know shortly.
We'll know everything.
And then we have the veteran from the UK, Lee Martin, who also raced every race in RCGP, but under Infinity. Sorry. So it's really good to see Nemo coming in and doing this, because I know they were kind of against it in the first season, but I guess they saw that this is great for them and good exposure, and they decided to come in and do it. So congratulations to them. It's good to see. And I'm happy. I'm excited for RCGP in a couple weeks.
I definitely
we have the
think it's
Nationals
one
to get
of
through first, though.
It's definitely one of the most competitive series out there. It's going to be interesting to see how those top drivers stack up.
Yeah, they're still releasing the driver lineup.
Yeah,
I know Joseph isn't racing, so that's a good.
That's probably pretty good for those Mayako drivers.
Yeah, but he has a different role to play in this, and I'm not gonna spoil it.
Oh,
But
okay.
He's probably gonna end up pissing off everybody involved, like all the organizers and all that stuff. I know this is gonna happen. JQ. That banner is 6 millimeters off. We need to fix it. That's the type of stuff that JQ complains about.
The border's a different color.
Yes, it's off by 1.5 millimeters. So that would be Joseph complaining about that. Other news, it ain't much news. We had an Italian Nationals going on. All the fast Italian guys were there, and looks like Ongaro won, and
smoked them.
Valente in third. They actually had really great coverage for this.
Yeah,
really great. Yeah, they had like it was all in Italian, but it was really great coverage. And
that's awesome.
So it was good to see. Like, they had the guy there, he had his headset, he looked really professional. And I caught the last little bit of it. But no surprise there that Ongaro is dominating in Italy. Wiggins went down to Thornhill. He dominated there for Techno and the Pro Series races, which is good. That's a track I want to go to.
He kind of should have, though. I didn't see too many top guys there, like the normal guys, I guess.
So
yeah.
I've never been to that track. One day I'll get there.
He lived in Illinois, I think, right? I don't know.
But he moved to Texas.
Yeah, so when he lived in Illinois, Texas was basically still his home track. He was there all the time with his trailer.
Yeah. So I think him, Hooks, and his girlfriend live all together. Roommates. Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. So
Katie.
They all moved on to Texas. I see there was another Italian race. I guess there was more. And Boots won this one. I don't know why he wouldn't be at the Italian Nationals. Maybe too far to go. J Concepts looks like, they've had a date change for the NCT S4.
Oh, I don't follow that too closely.
This is 10 scale.
That's their carpet series.
Okay, yeah. They were supposed to have it isn't Northwest Hobbies like a X Mall or something like that? It's like a Sears, an X Sears Roebuck.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's pretty big. But I guess they have a date change. And
is that the track that Nationals is at?
Turf Nationals, yes.
Turf, yeah, okay. Is it Turf? Carpet Nets?
Carpet Nets, sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
I got them confused.
I think that track is in a mall. And I'm pretty sure for the Nats, it's going to be a bigger track. Yeah,
so they have I think they have like a whole entire Sears or something.
That's
like
crazy.
Old Sears, and it's
like
just
2
theirs.
stories.
Maybe, I don't know, but they have a lot of stuff there. Maybe I need to get him on the podcast to talk about it. How that happened. But good stuff there. Ain't really much else out there, to be honest. I see that my buddies Ran Out of Talent dropped the episode 96. They dropped that on Monday, which they usually do. Also, Extra Lap did. They had a lot of 12 scale racing. They had some 10 scale racing. I think everybody was still buzzing over DNC, to be honest. And
my thoughts are still coming together after DNC.
Yeah, it took a while. Oh, the top 25 was released, so that always creates a great stir. And it looks like Ryan Mayfield's still up top, Davide Angaro and David Runafalk in third. That always is a talking point for 8 scale guys. Some people take it serious, some people don't take it as serious.
I think Mason Fuller is going to jump up on that a little bit more too.
Well, I said this on
I seen that
on this week's podcast that yesterday is that the time of Mason Fuller has arrived.
Dude,
Like,
he's gonna dominate one day.
He's not. Yeah,
Like
he's
I
coming
really
through
do
the
think he'll
doors.
be the next Mayfield. Like I really do. I've watched him drive so many laps, and he's just insane. Like it's actually crazy how he drives.
He's like 17 or 18 now, I think, and he's
16, I think.
He's
Pretty
challenging
sure.
these guys. He's
Yeah.
not, you know, I don't think he's up to Mayfield's overall pace yet. These guys, he's shown it, but it's coming. Like,
He's got the hot
shortly.
lap. His consistency needs just a little bit more, but he's one of those drivers that puts his head down and just drives as hard as he can. He doesn't have a lower level. He's
I'm
just
like,
balls out.
I'm all about Team Fuller. Iceman, his brother, his dad, his mom, all very nice people.
Oh yeah, I hang out with them a lot. They're really good people.
I predict that, and I said this, like, he was the #1 HB driver. Then Jackson Bronson did well at DNC.
Yeah,
and there's a lot of competition going on at the HP camp for that #1 position, in my opinion.
Yeah, Cole had a rough go, but they're gonna. All three of those guys have really good speed. I think Mason's the best driver.
We gotta throw Pavitas though.
Oh, Pavitas, yeah, dude, he he made the A main. Yeah, I was like, oh, Associated did make the main, other than Spencer, but they didn't.
Yeah, well, Jackson and whatchamacallit were both ex-Associated
drivers. Yeah.
But yeah, we'll talk about Associated at this race because it's kind of weekend for them.
They had a great weekend other than mod classes.
Yeah, that's where you're gonna fill in. You're gonna tell me all about the pink pinion stuff. All right.
Yeah.
I think let's talk about I think that's enough for RC news. I don't really have any more RC news for us. I'm just looking through here. Not much, you know. It's kind of slow. I mean, everything was revealed at DNC, like the new tires and all that type of stuff.
New cars.
Yes, new cars. Some cars did better than the others. Some cars didn't. So yeah, it's all good. That's the luck of the draw, and that's how things go when you release a car at a new rate, like a big race like that.
Yeah, no, I was really impressed with Mayako. I knew they'd do good, but I didn't think they'd come away with a win.
Yeah, I think David would want the Nitro buggy win too, but
I thought so too. He had like how many under 41 second laps or whatever.
Yeah, he was pretty fast. He was pretty fast, but he would be upset with 5th. That's how these guys think. They want first all the time.
That first like half the race was pretty hard for him.
Yeah, it was difficult, but that's racing, you know, and it's for everybody in that case. So, but Mayfield once again proves that he walked away with it, and Phend, who finished a hard 4th, played a big role in these races that we're going to talk about her. But I have no more news to talk about. Let's get on to talking about Let's get on to talking about the race recap that happened this week, and that is actually brought to you by Techno RC.
Techno RC. Techno RC. Techno RC is a premium manufacturer specializing in 8th and 10th scale high-performance off-road RC buggies and trucks. Visit www.technorc.com for a complete catalog of their products. Techno RC. Excellence in engineering. #Techno Takeover.
And thank you to Techno RC for their continued support. I'm probably going to have to get that remade because Joe Bornhorst doesn't race for them anymore. So Tyler Hooks, can you get me another video, please, so I can have this for the podcast when you get a chance. Techno has had a squad, man. They still got a squad. They're at races. All right. So we're here to talk about the Desert Classic. I don't know how long this race has been going on, but I know this is probably the last race to go indoors. This race has always been. I think it was once. Is it?
This was the
Cactus Classic.
Yeah, this was the Cactus Classic. Yeah,
right. So that was an iconic 10 scale. I think that's where Mayfield really kind of jumped.
Mayfield
on the scene.
and Phend.
Yeah, way back in the day, way back, like in the 2000s, I want to say, when they like made a splash at this race.
There's actually a lot of drivers that have come from the Desert Cactus Classic.
A lot of history at this race. I remember when it went indoors, people were like, you know, the last race to go. It was like a sugared. I remember the last races, you know, a sugared outdoor race. Unfortunately, we don't have many more of those races, or if any, anymore.
I think there's only one sugar track that I know of. It's in Florida. I think it's called Mills Pond or something like that.
Oh yeah.
I'm probably wrong, but
no. What they do?
It's in Florida.
Yeah, Mills Pond. When Alfredo had it, he sugared soda water, you name it. He did it, and they had a lot of traction there. So this race is held at what a beautiful facility, Hobby Action.
Yeah, Hobby Action is amazing. You walk into the hobby shop and you see these big glass doors. You can see the pits, and then you can see the track, and it's just
You've been there then?
No, I've seen the videos.
I talk like you.
Yeah,
we gotta get there. It looks great. I guess this is gonna be the facility for most races, big races held now. I guess it's also easy to get to Arizona for the California guys. It's big. It's easy for, I guess, for East Coast guys to get there as well. But big race, man. Big race this past weekend. Quick turnaround for a lot of these guys who had a long DNC, like Aiden Horn, Phend, all these guys.
Yeah, Mayfield, Cav.
Yep. Long weekend. Long week, because it started for them on Wednesday and finished for them Sunday night. And then to turn around and go to this race. And this race started like Wednesday, I think.
Yeah, probably set up day was Tuesday.
Yeah, so they turned around. Luckily, they didn't have to drive far. And then they switched to completely different. Like, we go from these brutal outdoor conditions of DNC with rough and cold and all this type of stuff to these beautiful chocolate cake conditions of the action. I keep getting it name wrong, but this facility, what is it called again?
Hobby Action.
Hobby Action. And is it in Surprise, Arizona, or is it in?
It's in Chandler, or that's
Chandler.
what the sign says.
Okay,
they're probably lying.
All right, but we did have this race was stacked. This is probably one of the most stacked. 10 scale races we've had in a long time. I don't even think that the CRC race was this stacked, to be honest.
Oh, definitely not. This race had international guys. Jordan Norman was there.
And Micho Wedemeyer, which I was very surprised about.
I didn't know that.
So yeah, he's an S-Works driver. He actually did really good in the last EOS in Dom.
Oh yeah, I seen that. Yeah, so, okay.
Yeah, he actually also raced RCGP for S-Works a lot. So I find this very strange that S-Works I see that S-Works is starting to pump some more money into their 10 scale program by sending him.
Yeah, and Spencer
he didn't have a great showing. Yeah, and Spencer Heckert has been doing a lot of 10 scale as well. So it looks like they're putting
Spencer Hecker's actually surprised me with how much 10 scale he's doing, because I mean he's pretty focused on A scale, and then when you hear him talk about his program, he only talks about A scale.
Yeah, I find it that he's been doing a lot of 10 scale in the last 6 months, it seems.
Yeah, so it's cool. It's good for them, good for S-Works.
Yeah. So it looks like they're putting some money into the market here in America and getting into that fight with Associated, Schumacher, and TLR, and X-Ray, of course, and a little bit of Yokomo. But yeah, those guys made it over, which I was shocked, because S-Works didn't send Canas or Boots to
what the
DNC.
heck?
So I'm like, they send Wedemeyer to. And I'm sure, well, Joran runs Schumacher, but he runs S-Works 8 scale. So, But very shocked that those guys even made this race. I guess because there's no Reedy race. So maybe that's what we need back, though. We need the Reedy race, because that attracted the international crowd.
We need OCRC back.
Well, maybe not that OCRC, but something similar to OCRC.
We need the Blacks to make a track and bring OCRC back, in my opinion. Because their whole vibe, persona, their facility, their just mindset is amazing for RC. It really is. And they had Twitch going. They just had a lot of things going that brought more eyes to the hobby. And their club racing was insane. They'd bring in 200 entries almost every week.
Well, I enjoyed every Reedy race from there. You know? Oh, yeah. And every big race from
every
OCRC.
Track layout was amazing.
Yep. So, but I will say this, that they built a pretty good track here at the Desert Classic. I liked it. I still
very technical.
For my opinion, I still think we need Max brings up a good point, and for the stock guys, maybe we need a jump that separates the stock racers from the mod racers, because I watched Brendan Schimmel go out there and he was just as fast, well, not just as fast, but he was able to clear and downside every jump just like the mod guys.
Oh yeah.
So
it looks like mod to me.
Yeah, it does look like mod to me. They look fast. I mean, he's about a second off, but I mean, they look very fast out there. They have no issue doing all these jumps. So I thought the track was pretty good. The race. Let's look at some of the other guys that were here. So let's look at the 2-wheel drive main. They had Dakotah Phend, Rivkin. Dakotah Phend was your TQ. Rivkin was second. Mayfield third. Drayton Staub fourth. The Cavallari fifth. Aiden Horn coming off of both Cavallari and Aiden Horn coming off a very bad DNC.
This is qualifying, right?
Yeah, this is qualifying. I'm looking at overall qual points. And Aiden Horn in sixth. Ron Duvall, who I haven't seen much of him racing. And then it looked like Davey Bada, Dustin Evans, and Brock Champlin. And I think Born a Crime, but Matthew Gonzalez bumped up from the B, I want to say.
Yeah, I think he won the B by a mile or something like that.
Yeah. So this race was stacked. I mean, the only non-top person there who doesn't race 10 scale anymore was what's his name? Jeez, I have his name on the tip of my tongue. Was Tebow. Tebow doesn't run. So they took 11 pieces. So then it looks like they took 10 and 1 bump.
The only person that wasn't there was Tom Rinderneck.
Yeah, he wasn't there either.
That's the only person to me. Tebow doesn't run 10 scale anymore.
Not anymore.
It's not his thing because techno, which I think's dumb. Tebow's such a good 10 scale driver.
Yeah, I also think he's more spending more time as a family, not which I can understand as well. Okay,
not
so
going to a race every weekend.
Yes, so it looks like they had 10 that went straight through and 1 bump up, and Born a Crime, who I finally got to meet, Matthew Gonzalez, who he didn't have an intervention for because he has to run nitro. Because Davey Bada was running nitro, I believe, at DNC.
Yeah,
and I don't know why. I don't know why Born a Crime wasn't. And you know, when I get him on this podcast, we're gonna grill him about that. But yeah, Born a Crime had to bump up to the A main in 2-wheel drive. He didn't make the A main in 4-wheel drive, but his counterpart, Davey Bada, who's making the transition from pro spec mod or stock to mod, made both mains, and I think he had a respectable finish. I mean, we know that coming from stock to mod is a big transition. But I know it's also that Born a Crime also switched electrics. He went over to Trinity from where was he? He was with Phantom, so he made that switch just before this race. So his first race with this new girl, I believe.
Oh yeah, he was Phantom. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
because he had a position with Phantom, like some team manager thing.
Yeah, it was weird to see him leave.
Media manager or whatever it was.
Weird to see him leave. But I mean, at this race, I would say his counterpart and SoCal fellow racer Davey Bada is transitioning over to that mod a little bit better than my boy Twitch, or is it the Glitch, or I call him Born a Crime. Mexico's greatest hope.
Yeah, it's Glitch. That's what he goes by.
Yeah,
let's call him Matty G.
Yeah, we have many names for him.
I'm sure.
Yeah, Davey Bada making that transition. A lot of racing, you know, going out to do that nitro racing over the weekend, toughing that out. That helps. I think that helps with his 2-wheel drive and 10 scale program.
I like the Badas though. Coyote Hobbies out there in California. Those guys are really good people, and I think that's good for Davey. I know Davey stopped focusing so much on school, so he's been doing a lot more at the track, a lot of practicing, getting good with that mod stuff.
It's paying off for him.
Oh yeah, he's such a good driver. It's amazing to watch him drive.
Yeah, and he's just. I think he just. I don't know what's up with Matthew. I talked to him a little bit, and it's just like I guess it's a hard transition. You know, stock.
He says he has more fun with mod. It's just the competition is just that good. I think.
Yeah, especially at a race like this, fully stacked.
Oh yeah, you have to be on it. Everyone has the speed. They just don't have the pace.
Yeah, let's add this race. This is A1 from Modified, which was a really good race in my opinion. I think all these races were good. We saw. I was telling you about that pass that we saw. I saw Mayfield. That Staub made on Mayfield. But I think this race, Phend kind of got out to a lead and kind of just walked away with it. I have to say this, dude. You're a 10 scale guy. We talked about this on the podcast this week. We think that on the 8 scale side that TLR is missing something. But I would say on this 10 scale side of things, they have either they have really a good driver in Dakotah Phend, or the car is just a good. Because even Cavallari had some glimmers of brilliance in this. I think he TQ'd 4-wheel drive.
Yeah. So
what's your opinion on the TLR 10 scale and Phend and Cav?
Well, I'll start with A scale. I think that the A scale program for Losi is just falling apart. It was at the top, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago, but everyone else figured their stuff out. I think Losi has a really good car for their high grip conditions. Like it's really good at the Plex, but pretty much anywhere else it's hard to drive. I know Fuller just loves his hot bodies over the Losi.
Yeah, they love it. They seem to have really adjusted well as well. But
yeah, no, their 10 scale programs, it's good. I wouldn't say it's the best out there. I think their 2-wheel needs a little bit of work. I think their 2 would be good if they just put the associated front end on it. Their 4-wheel is probably the best car out there. Okay. I think their 4-wheel is insane.
Well, I think Phend is just an immensely great, one of the best 10 scale drivers in the world.
And I agree. He can put that car anywhere.
He's good on carpet. He's good on turf. He's good here on dirt. I mean, he didn't have the best DNC, but he pulled off a 4th.
I just want to see Phend run some on-road now.
It'll be great. It'll be great to see. I mean,
our oval.
Yeah, he's supremely talented. I was watching Neo Buggy, the Neo 2015 race that they re-released.
Yeah, I watched that too recently.
Oh man, he looks so young.
I watched that video.
Yeah, 7 years ago. So
he looks so young, and he's like super slim, and yeah.
RC life, man, RC life. So we see Rivkin and him have a. Excuse me. It looks like Rivkin, him and Mayfield have a really good battle. Good to see Mayfield doing better at some 10 scale. I know many questioned what he would do this year, but it looks like he's staying with Yokomo. And it looks, I mean, he did DNC, then did this race. So I guess 10 scale still on the cards for him. And he had a good, I mean, he would want to win this, obviously. But I think this is a great third.
Yeah, no, Yokomo hasn't had many good
10 scale positions.
They just don't have much of a team. And like the people, they're all Japanese. There's not like anyone else. Lee Martin's the only real off-road guy.
Yeah, who's doing all the Yokomo stuff in America now?
Yeah, I haven't been signed for 2 years. I just kept getting the discount. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I couldn't even tell you. Their program's falling apart.
It is very weird. I did think that everybody thought they'd be gone by now, but they're still here. They're releasing.
What sucks is I loved my stuff too. Like I would stay with them, but I felt like I was doing more for them than they were doing for me. And you know,
it's so weird how that team went from so big to next to nothing now.
Exactly. Yeah, they were doing good, and then just fell apart.
Oh man. All right, so it looks like we got Dakotah Phend and Rivkin still battling it out here. A1 was pretty good for a 2-wheel drive, I believe. Let's go to the results here. Phend won it. So, yeah, A1, he would win. And then, actually, he would be an overall winner with A1 getting the first, A2 getting second, and then he win A3. So it went to 3 A mains, which is good. I hate when it goes to...
Yeah, Spencer took the second one.
Yes, he did. He actually, was this the race where he kind of took out, like at the very beginning, past Phend, I think, and like his or one of these races. I met him in 4-wheel drive. I'm not sure. In 4-wheel drive, he kind of just bullied his way right at the beginning, and it's like, all right, that's it. I'm getting out front, and I'm gonna take this. But this is the rivalry. This is Spencer Rivkin versus Dakotah Phend. I don't care what anybody says. These guys, I don't think they like each other much as racers. And they've had some good battles. You've got the best at AE, which is Spencer Rivkin, especially when it comes to 10 scale, even though we have Aiden Horn. And
I think Aiden Horn's actually the best. He's so good. He doesn't get the results, but he's just the way he drives a car. It's amazing. It's so beautiful. It looks like butter. He doesn't drive like anyone I've ever seen.
He's very good. But I think Rivkin is still just number one at AE right now. So
as a driver though, I think that Hornet's better.
And he's young. He's younger than these guys, and he's fast. He's
just fast. Not like he doesn't get those hot laps though. Like he is insanely. His pace is always there. It's always
consistency and good pace. That's all you need, and finishing. So he won A3, I believe.
He did of 4-wheel.
So these guys are always constantly going to battle, in my opinion. Phend is always going to want to beat Rivkin. Rivkin's always going to want to beat Phend. This is TLR versus AE at its best. And,
longtime sponsors for both.
Yep. So I love seeing this side of the 10 scale racing, but I think Fend's just got him, man. I think Phend is right now is probably the most dominant 10 scale racer out there right now. It's just I don't think we can doubt that. I
agree. He's probably the best in the world right now in 10 scale.
Yeah. And he's also the only guy to beat Ryan Mayfield last year in 8 scale twice.
Yeah.
So Max and I had this argument, is he right now the best driver in the world? A lot of people would say Mayfield because of his 8 scale performance, but I have to say this. Mayfield made a lot of mistakes in this race. He saved all his mistakes for the 10 scale race.
Yeah, he did.
He got out to some good leads, and he would make these uncharacteristic, un-Mayfield like mistakes. And
Mayfield probably had the best car in 2-wheel drive.
Mm-hmm. He was the fastest, in my opinion. But he made these mistakes, and in that 5 minutes, you don't have 45 minutes like you do in a nitro main. You only have 5. So the best. Let me find it. So A2 was probably. I know you didn't see it, but Drayton Staub.
It's the only race I missed.
Drayton Staub came out and challenged Mayfield so immensely in this race. It was really good, and they battled to the end. I think in this main, and Drayton dive bombed on Mayfield. Now maybe at first Mayfield would be a little bit mad about this, but I don't think he should be. Okay, was it Staub? Maybe it was. Okay, sorry, it wasn't for
maybe
first.
Maybe it was Spencer.
No,
Spencer won that race.
Yeah, no, it was Drayton Staub on Mayfield.
Okay.
They were just battling it out for 3rd and 4th. I thought it was 1st and 2nd. But yeah, man, I just think it's good to see Drayton Staub back racing. I know for some time he didn't race, and then he got back to stock and all this stuff. Yeah, this is the race. Who's that? Is that Phend? No, that's Rivkin. So Rivkin kind of
somebody just bullied somebody.
That's the race I'm talking about. He just bullied his way into that, and I think he won this.
That was over Phend.
Yeah, I think he won this, and actually no, because Phend still won this. What the heck? I don't know. These guys made too many mistakes. Man.
Spencer wins this race.
I can't remember. It says that Phend wins it.
But Phend wins A1 and A3.
Oh no, I'm looking at the wrong one. That would be why I'm not. There we go. All right, this is the race where Staub dive bombs Mayfield perfectly on the last lap. Perfect in my opinion. Absolutely perfect.
Drayton's the highest pro line guy right now.
Yeah, Aiden's on pro line too.
No, I meant in this race.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what? Oh, wow. See, look at that mistake by Phend. Uncharacteristic.
And Cav's pro line.
Yeah.
If we're talking about everyone.
What do we have her? That's JC, pro line.
I'm actually really surprised to see that many J concept guys up that far. This is normally a pro line track.
Really?
Oh yeah. If you look at every other class other than mod classes, pro line 1.
Right. What was your thoughts on the 2-wheel drive podiums then and the overalls while we're looking at this race?
So I'll start with stock 2-wheel because we've talked about mod a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Stock 2-wheel, Mason Templeman, dude. He's one of my buddies. I met him at CRC. Absolutely cruised. He started 2nd, just got up to the lead. He won A2 and A3. He got 2nd in the first one. So it was really cool to see Mason win.
Where's he from?
He's from his local track's Hot Rod Hobbies. He's from California.
Okay.
So yeah, he did great. He got by Brennan in those last 2 mains and got the win in that class. Mason Templeman's probably the biggest story this week, and I would say he did great in all 3 of his classes. He got first, and 2nd in 4-wheel. And
how old is he?
He's about my age, like 18, 19.
What does he race?
What do you mean? Like car?
Yeah.
He runs Associated Pro Line guy.
So he's probably one of them last guys that actually still race outdoors.
Yeah. Yeah, he's one of them. One of the last few guys in California anyways.
Yeah. How about Brennan Schimmel hitting this stock tour hard from last year, continuing on this year, having a lot of success.
Brennan is one of my favorite drivers in stock. Yeah. I think he should be a mod driver because he would just be balls out in that too. But yeah, no, Brennan, I'm honestly surprised he didn't win this race. I think he was probably the highest prospect in that race. And then Kyle Goff getting second or third, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Kyle Goff, he's coming off of a couple good wins. He did good at CRC, and he's the master from last year at the Masters of Dirt.
Okay. Where's he from?
He is Michigan. He's factory tracks racing with all the horns and all those guys.
Isn't Colton Cruz still a part of factory tracks? He's like the older guy, isn't he?
I do believe so. I'm not too familiar with Colton.
Yeah, I met him through Drayton.
Oh,
okay. If this is the same Colton Cruz, he finished 4th, and then Ryan Moore. So this guy Doug Larviere, did he race stock and mod?
No, Doug's just a stock guy. He's Team Power's highest stock guy.
So this is your specialty right here. This is what you focus on. You race a lot of stock, right?
I race a lot of mod. I actually just raced for the first time in probably 3.5 years stock last week.
I'm sorry for calling you a Pink Pinion Crusader.
You're okay. I was Pink Pinion last week.
Oh yeah, these guys.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys in stock. Like I said, I was watching Brendan Schimmel in one of his mains, and he was able to do every single jump, no problem. The same as these guys. I was like, wow, his car looks the best out of every car I've seen out there. And
there needs to be a jump out of a corner. These have like straightaways and then kinks before the big jumps.
So I'm cool with stock as long as it's. I mean, also I think we've concluded that this is a class, and it's Mayfield actually made a lot of mistakes right there too.
Yeah,
that turn.
He did.
Yeah, he made a mistake with.
He was sending it through that chicane.
Yeah, did you see where he sent it on the triple on this first jump and landed in the? Ooh, that was it. That was it. Hold on, let's go back. Hold on, gotta go back to that one. That was actually a good move in my opinion. Here we go. So Drayton's gonna come over. He's right on him. Boom, boom.
Oh, he just jumped there. He landed where he should have.
Let's see if you go back a little bit here. Let's go back. So this is where Mayfield kind of got squirrely. He did this against Phend too. So they come over this. He comes off this. He gets so unsettled, and then they get at it. And then they go on. He did that against Phend, and that's where Phend passed him.
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah, those last couple laps.
So Drayton's like, okay, I'm got you now, Mayfield. Boom. Boom. Best pass of this race. Congratulations, Drayton Staub. Mayfield would probably be upset about that, though. He feel like he got punted. But if you really look at it, Mason had the line. I mean, Drayton had the line.
Yeah, no, he just landed right where he should have.
Yeah.
I don't know. You can't really do anything in the air, though. It's just one of those things.
He landed that shit perfectly, like boom, and it just like Mayfield was turning in like this, and it's like boom, boop. See you later.
Yeah.
Great pass. I don't see anything wrong with that. Congratulations on that pass. All right, so I think we're gonna have to see Brendan Schimmel and mod next year. He can't run stock.
I agree. I know. So as we're on the topic of transferring over to mod, I know Kyle Goff. He's running stock for the last year. Next year he'll be running mod. I don't think he's announced anything or told too many people. He gave me a little scoop last night. I talked to him a little bit, making sure I was saying his name right. Because I call him, I say Kyle Go, but he doesn't correct me. He doesn't care.
He's probably tired of people calling him by his wrong name.
No, he doesn't care at all. He's like, you can call me whatever.
As long as you call my name.
Yeah, as long as you're close. As long as you're not saying like Geo or something.
That's kind of like me and butchering Rennekanek's name. Rennekaneke.
He doesn't care either.
I know. He told me that.
Yeah.
Here we got A3 of four-wheel drive. So what does Kyle Go race, Riley?
He's Associated Factory Tracks.
Okay, all right. See, now that's what I like about factory tracks. They are producing some great 10 scale racers.
Oh yeah. Dude, Al Horn knows what he's doing. He's their team manager. He definitely knows what he's doing with the team.
Good stuff. All right. So we get to see these young guys, which is great. This is I actually think this is what 8 scale needs. It needs that class down below. We have it like intermediate or expert.
Yeah.
We need it separated by some form of limitations, kind of like stock, and then develop young talent like this, or some way, somehow.
I mean, I'd be cool if everyone just raced a 10-5. I'd be cool with that.
Yeah, that'd be fine too.
Because that puts mod and stock right there in the middle.
I think that's what they do at EOS. I think they run 10.5s on their carpet races.
Oh, really?
Like stock. Yeah, they have a stock class, which is 10.5.
Oh.
I could be wrong.
Instead
could
of running a 4.5.
Yeah. So it's not that much difference. And actually, I bet you those guys can run those.
But then it'd
stock
be like
cars and mod.
Then it'd be like A scale because you don't have you'd have a 21 and A scale. You can't really do too much to it. You can mod it, but it doesn't really do too much.
Yeah, I don't know how we would. The only way to limit things in 8 scale would be spec tires, I think.
Yeah, spec tires definitely needs to come. Have like 2 tires to choose from throughout a weekend.
All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about the pro guys. What was your thoughts on some of these mains and some of these guys? I think Mayfield impressed me the most this weekend. Like, Hurry had him kind of out, even though he didn't win. He had himself in positions a lot of time to win. He just made mistakes. And for maybe not being his bread and butter anymore, per se, being 8 scale, being his bread and butter, I think this is pretty good. Cav had like a resurrection after being in the C main at DNC. Aiden Horn, another good weekend for him. He was not very happy with his results from DNC by not having raced 8 scale for a while.
He wasn't expecting too much from that race, though.
So, Brock Champlin. Now, here's somebody. I know that the Schumacher cars are not supposed to be the best on dirt, right?
This isn't even dirt, dude. This is pretty much carpet.
Okay.
They're set up so similar. Like this, they're all on slicks, and this is like carpet. I would say this is probably the best.
Champlin should be doing better than this. He should be doing better than.
This is about the best opportunity he would have with a Schumacher on dirt. Is this track? But
if this is turf,
I don't know about better.
If this is turf, is Brock winning this?
Oof. He's pretty dang good on turf, but he's only had a couple races on it. I don't know.
He's good. That's what he's known for.
Him and Fenn would be close.
Fenn's beat him many times.
Yeah.
And who else do we have here? Dustin Evans, the old warhorse. Dustin Evans still making mains in 7th. That's where he usually finishes. I guess until Dustin Evans isn't making these mains anymore, we can't count him out. He made the 2-wheel drive main, and he made the 4-wheel drive main. He finished 7th in both.
I think Dustin Evans is one of the best drivers in the world, but I'm pretty sure he's going blind or something because he'll just do the stupidest, literally the stupidest mistake I've ever seen. Like something I won't even do.
It's called getting old, dude.
Yeah, I think he's losing his eyesight a little bit. I don't want to be too rude, but maybe he does. Maybe.
Jordan Newman made the main in 4-wheel drive. I think he bumped up.
Jordan Norman, I'm surprised at how well he did, honestly, because he doesn't race too much dirt. He's EOS guy, on-road guy a little bit.
He's getting old, too.
He is getting old. I've seen him around a lot.
Who's Dominic Pacchioni?
I'm pretty sure Passioni is a local there, somewhere in California. I'm not too familiar with him, but I seen him at, was it I think he was at Surf City and made the main or something. It was one of the races he did pretty good at, top 10 or something like that.
Ron Duvall, he doesn't race much anymore, does he?
No, Tom was telling me Ron's never at the track. He's got some other, I think, school or something. He's other priorities a little bit, but he is still very competitive when he does race. It's awesome to see.
Okay. All right. Well, I think, congratulations to Fenn and 4-wheel drive. So Fenn's your winner in 4-wheel drive, followed by
Fenn came from third.
Yeah.
He did not TQ that race. He came from third, and that was awesome.
Good result for Cavallari. He would need that too.
I'll talk about 4-wheel for a second. So 4-wheel had a 4-way tie for third. Aiden Horn got the win in that last race with the 5th and A1. They all had 6 points though. Brock Champlin was a 2 and a 4. Spencer with a 2 and a 4, and then Mayfield had 3 thirds. So
really,
4-way tie for third. That's
a serious tie.
Yeah, I think that's as crazy as it gets. I don't think you could get a 5-way tie.
Yeah, and then it looks like they just went to times after that. Aiden had a good A3, very good A3 battle. Mayfield
Aiden got a little bit lucky because Finn had about probably a 3-second lead, 2-second lead, and then he came off of that first triple and then to that right hand sweeper bend kink thing and caught a lap car that was upside down and lost the lead there. But yeah, he got it back in A3 and yeah.
Dude, I don't see any money of these guys beating Finn right now.
Not in 4-wheel.
Yeah, not in 4-wheel drive. The best bet's 2-wheel drive, and this is where he shines, dude. He's just good at these short races.
If it breaks, they got an opportunity, but that's the only opportunity they got because Losie's you have that fragile car a little bit.
Yeah, so it's kind of similar to that 8 skill. Let me shut up. Let me shut up. I'm sorry, TLR. I'm sorry. I don't want to get a cease and desist. I'm sorry. We're on good terms with TLR. We're on good terms with TLR. Missing from this is X-Ray. Where is X-Ray, dude?
Yeah, Tom wasn't there. He's not an X-Ray guy, but he has X-Ray cars. It was his birthday, so he was with family in Iowa. But yeah, it would have been awesome to see him racing there at the Desert Classic. I think he's probably one of the highest prospects in 10 scale right now.
Yeah, you like Tom for R1?
Oh yeah, he's one of my best friends. He's one of the main reasons I moved closer to Hobbyplex, and then he moves, but that's okay.
I talked to him at DNC. We got to get him on the podcast, talk to him, see what he's going to do. I think he'd be a great spokesman and 10 scale driver for X-Ray and do well for him in 8 scale as well. So.
I agree on both of those. Yeah, Tom's a really good 8 scale guy for not even doing it. He's placed in the winter series at the Plex, which is saying something.
Yeah. And also the great thing about this, Riley, is I know you're not an 8 scale guy, but it's very rare that we get to see a DNC, then we get to see these guys race 10 scale a week later. And then next week, I believe, not this weekend, but the following weekend, we're going to see all these guys race at the Nationals, the 8 scale World Nationals in Arizona.
Yeah, so, this is a very busy early year for these guys, getting ready for Worlds too.
Yep. And then 10 scale, should be ramped up next year for the Worlds, because I think we'll be having
this year's not even that bad for 10 scale. There's carpet nats and all these 10 scale races.
Hey, we got cut off just now, but real quick, I know you wanted to talk about truck. There was only one main, 10 minutes.
10-minute main. Aiden Horn was our TQ, then Finn qualified second, and Spencer Rifkin third. I don't really know who qualified fourth or so on, because Jorn Neumann from the 7 came up to the 4. That's his highest finish this weekend, was in truck. Finn got third, Spencer got second, and then Aiden Horn, he got the win. I think he got a little lucky. Finn had some insane pace. He could drive at like 100, probably 50% compared to what Aiden Horn was doing, but he just had a couple mistakes that rendered that win, I think.
Why did they so I noticed truck seems to be very small, only 13 entries.
For how competitive it is, it sucks.
Yeah. But a 10-minute main, why can't we see these guys do 10-minute mains in other races?
I see it at Surf City, but that's really the only two. I don't know why they don't do it in the premier classes, like the 2-wheel and 4-wheel classes more. But I don't know. I like triple mains. It makes it.
I like triple mains too. Don't get me wrong.
Makes it have the most consistent guy win.
So here's the Gens Ace modified 2-wheel drive stadium truck. It's so weird seeing them go out there. They look so much slow. They look so much bigger and slower compared to the other cars. But and they sound different because you can hear the bodies. But it's so amazing that this class used to be so big before, and it just can't seem to catch a fire.
This is the only class that I want to grow other than gas. I just want stadium truck to grow. Gas truck. These cars are literally the most fun car to drive, if you ask me. They're harder to set up, but once you get like a setup that drives itself, it's so fun. So fun.
Let's see. In stock, there were 35 entries, so it's not that bad. It still has hope for it on the stock. Stage.
What is that? 50 entries? It's not bad.
No, it was 30.
No, 50 entries for all trucks.
Yeah. So just under 50. Not bad at all. But still a great race. I mean, we got Aiden Horn, Fenn, Cavallari, Dustin Evans. Dustin Evans getting up to 4th. Oh wow. Jorn Newman, they barely raced truck in Europe at all.
Yeah, I don't think he. Yeah, This is probably his first truck race ever.
No, I'm sure he's raced it before. Jordan's actually been around for a long. He's a world champion.
Yeah, no.
He's been around for a very long time. Joking. He's getting kind of old now, though. I think maybe like JQ old, like 30, 35, 36.
How old is JQ? That old?
I think he got 39 this year. So yeah,
Jeez, I did not know he was that old.
Yeah, he's an old fart like me.
Dang, he needs to get over 40 so he can race Drake.
Yeah, the Drake doesn't race over 40 anymore. So,
oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I don't know who put a stop to that.
Yeah, some guy was probably over 40 and got mad and you know.
I think it was some podcast that talked about how it's unfair to to the other drivers in the pro class too. No, I think it was more than that. But
the Drake rule.
Yeah. I think this was a great race. I would have liked to have if timing would have been better, and it would have been great to go to this race after DNC. I've never really been to a big 10 scale race like this, and I think this is one that I would like to go to looking at it. And I think
this is in a beautiful area also.
Yeah, I think without having a Reedy race, hopefully we get that back. This race, if we don't see a Reedy race, will attract more international flair, I think, which will be good to see as well. I like to see more of the European and Asian 10 scale racers come over here and race with the Americans as well.
I don't think this race will ever get as big as the Cactus was, but I think it will definitely grow from where it's at now.
Yeah, I mean, look at everybody watching too. It's great. I like it. I like this. This is probably one of the best layouts I've seen from this actual track as well.
The only thing I don't like is the kinks before the triples, but that's because I'm a racer. As a spectator, it's awesome.
Yeah.
You get those mistakes from the drivers that don't ever make mistakes.
Cool. Well, I think that's it, man. I think we had a great little recap. Thank you for your time. I think people are gonna like your energy and all that type of stuff. So we'll definitely try to get you back on her for some more 10 scale stuff. In fact, so keep your eyes open for Riley. If we missed something in this race, we're sorry. We're just kind of having fun while we're watching.
Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, let us know. They will let us know in the comments. Don't worry. Don't worry. What you guys think? Do you guys like this new 10 scale stuff? I know it's out of my comfort zone, but it's still RC, and I like it. And when you got names like Cavallari, Phend, Mayfield running, you got to talk about this type of stuff. And I like the stock class, that it's a separation between, and it's a place for. I don't like the stock class as a beginner class because I don't think it's a beginner class, but I think it's a great middle class and a great pathway for young talent to get to the mod class, which we see.
I'm kind of where Tom is on stock, so I think you should be running both.
It's not a. I think Max said it pretty good the other day. He said it's not a. What's the word? It's not like intermediate or anything anymore. It's just another class.
You get paid higher and you get paid more in stock.
I know, that's
there's
crazy.
Over 100 entries.
That's crazy. And they get paid from motor sales, I believe. So so that's pretty good. Oh man, Phend and Aiden are having quite a. I really like Aiden though. Raging Aiden Horn.
I do. I'm a big fan of Aiden. I like his personality.
He's a breath of fresh air.
I like how he shows his personality and his driving style though. Like when you watch him, he's just super smooth. He lets the car kind of just drive.
He's having a good race with Phend right here. Associated
look at
versus
Fend's
TLR.
speed.
Ooh, and then he fends himself.
Yeah, he does that, and then he catches back up.
I know. That's the thing. Although the Phend can catch up from this stuff, you know? So he's an amazing driver, dude. And that's Rivkin behind him. So we got an A&E, we got an A-E sandwich for TLR in the middle.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Phend gaps Rivkin right here. That low C2 stadium truck is pretty insane.
Which gas truck did you have?
I have the T6 too.
Okay, so you have the associated version. Have you seen any of the by the way, these are the Ignite RC design gas truck conversions by Chad Parks.
Go check out their YouTube also. There's a little video of Jared Tebow running one, but just get eyes on it. It's amazing
the Plex
class.
Gets a full class of these, right?
Yeah, we get anywhere from 8 to 13, 14. So it's not too bad.
Is there a race at the Plex this weekend, or is it just a club race?
It is this weekend. Techno, I think it's the last round of the Winter Series.
Okay.
I'm still not sure if I'm going. I broke a manifold last time I went.
That's a big race, though. It's always well attended.
Oh,
well
yeah.
attended.
Yeah, there's 250 entries about.
All right, cool. Well, dude, thank you for your time. It was good chatting with you. I think I enjoyed your energy. It's good to have some of that in the 10 scale world. Let us know where your next adventure's in, and then we can get you on her, and then we could do some more 10 scale. Definitely, I think for the nationals and stuff, if you aren't going, but you might be there.
Hopefully I get a job with Live RC. I've been talking to him a little bit.
Give him a job, Brandon.
Give me a job, Brandon. I've already begged him a little bit.
It's better to have people that want to do it than trying to get people to not do it, you know?
Well, what's crazy is before this year, I didn't think I never knew I wanted to do this. And then I was like, I'll do interviews, whatever. And started doing interviews, and I felt so like too comfortable. So I don't know.
I like interviewing people too. Don't worry. All right, dude. I think that's it. I think that's it. No more 10 scale stuff for today. Good hour, good chat. And then now I'm going to have to start breaking you into the 8 scale stuff.
Yeah, I like 8
scale.
Scale. Don't get me wrong. I like 8 scale. It's just I don't race it. I can't afford to race it.
It's definitely not cheap.
I can't afford an engine.
Anyway,
an engine that's bigger than a 12.
19 too. So
yeah, 19.
So good stuff. Well, thank you for your time. Thank you to all the patrons of the NNRC. We greatly appreciate your support. If you wish to support us some more, you can. The link is in the written description. Shout out to the NNRC squad around the world. We greatly appreciate you guys' support. We can't do it without you guys sharing, liking, doing all that good stuff, listening, downloading. Keep that up. Leave us some reviews. Leave us some comments. Help us get out there in the stratosphere. Help this go viral. Almost at 2,000 subs on YouTube. We'll be there shortly. Riley,
subscribe and like.
Hey, do you want to say thank you to anybody, Riley?
Yeah, thank you to J Concepts for everything they do. They have the best products and the best everything. They have the best personalities.
Look, this guy. Hey, see this guy? Perfect brand ambassador.
Perfect. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, go check out their YouTube too. Hannah Hardson's been doing so much work, and
hardest working girl in RC.
Oh yeah, I don't think Thomas put this much effort into this. Like she's been doing great videos. Her cover, if you see her at the track, she's always in the same spot on her computer
or taking video. So taking video. So Hannah and I were kind of had our little spot up on the timing scoring tower of DNC. So I would get up there like a few races before and we'll hold the spots for it. And then Jason would be like, because I'm there to watch. And after that, after I'd done my video, but I watched this girl film the entire main on her phone. I said, you are the hardest working girl. And she
does everything.
It was cold up there. And she was up there like, and I'm up there, a grown ass man, fat as I am. And I'm shivering and I'm there, and she's just there like, she works very hard. And she
I need to go inside.
She does some good work. I saw her at the Nationals, and then we talked a lot at this. She does some good work, and we both suffer from the same problem: no internet. So shout out to her. I meant to do that on the last podcast as well.
Yeah, she's awesome. Very amazing person.
Yes, very nice person. With that all said, I'd also like to say thank you to our sponsors of the podcast. If you guys can show them some love, we have coupon codes. We have affiliate links. They're all in the written description of this podcast. Shout out to indivisiblespeed.net, High Tech RC, TZO Tires, TNR Fuels, Beach RC, Techno RC, Lugs Racing Tires, Mayako, JQSM, G-Spec RC Tuning, Racecraft USA, Clinic RC, Papa Willie's Traction Tronic. Congratulations to him sponsoring the 4-wheel drive of this race. Very good. Good to see him getting his product out there. Clinic RC, JTP RC, RCGP, House of RC, RC Kevin, David Runnerfolk, the Doctor, Alex Hagberg, all these guys. Thank you. Thank you, Riley. We have the Nationals coming up. That's our NNRC Cup race too. And then we have RCGP coming up. And we have the first episode of NNRC Espanol coming out this week. And then I have a podcast with Joseph that we're going to do. We haven't recorded in quite some time. So stay tuned for that and look for more of Riley on our 10 scale stuff. Thank you, Riley, for all your time. And we're going to do a short outro. With that said, Nitro is the glory. E-Buggy pays bills. 10 scale pays the skills. Lefty and Riley are out.